The kids come last. I'm going to take the big people first.
When we go to the top of the mountain, she's just a little plain person, you know, not all dressed up, not all big pipe in a certain way and all of that sort of stuff. It's just us and nature and the spirit world, you know.
When you look around, you only see the good things. When you smell this root, we give you power and strength to ward all evil away from your heart and soul. When you speak, you only speak the right thing. So help me, Great Spirit. Come, Elijah,
Florence Jones is the top spiritual doctor of the Winnemem Wintu of Northern California. Their ancestral home is the McCloud River watershed, south of Mount Shasta. Healing ceremonies have been conducted here for 1,000 years. Now Florence Jones is handing them down to her great niece. For 15 years, they have fought a proposed ski resort on Mount Shasta and resisted New Age newcomers who congregate at their sacred site.
This whole area is part of that religion. You know, you can't have a religion without the land. It's not, you know, something that you read in a book, but it's the way you walk on the land and the way you treat your relatives, all of the relatives.
The relatives include a whole landscape animated with spirits in the animals, the plants, the mountain itself, and the Wintu's sacred spring.
It's always bubbling. And that sand coming up like that, and if anybody go around there, if they greet them, then the bubbles go right to you. You're accepted. The same old way. Over 80 years ago. It's still that way. Probably always will be that way.
Backed by the Bible, American pioneers once condemned tribal religions as pagan. A century later, their descendants imitate Indian rituals. The harmonic convergence in 1987 turned Mount Shasta into a mecca for the New Age. Every summer day, the Winnemem Wintu are outnumbered by other celebrants at Panther Meadows.
Wherever truth is running as a spring, that's what I'm interested in. And it doesn't really matter what culture it's coming from or whether it's indigenous or not. When people are drawn to a sacred place, I feel the need to allow space for inspiration for a person coming from wherever.
Your day of baptism.
This is a free country, right? It's a free country, and all of the land out there, that's where you can express your freedom.
A lot of the New Age begins to look to traditional Native or traditional indigenous peoples for some answers to their own spiritual bankruptcy, to their own need for their own self-gratification. In an effort to find themselves, they're appropriating a lot of Native belief systems to plug into it on the weekend, only to get a feeling for themselves alone. They fill an emptiness.
To me, the spiritual lineage has as much importance as the blood lineage. I feel I've been Native American. I feel I've been black. I know I've been Chinese, Egyptian, many, many different things.
We are one with each other. We are one with each other like the infant and the mother. We are one. We are one with each other. We are one with the heartbeat tribal rhythm.
That area right there is our church, and this is how you behave in our church. But they believe that it's as much theirs as anybody's because it's out here. If we built a building around it and said, this is our building, and inside this building is our sacred spring, and this is how you behave in it, then maybe they would, because then they can see the boundaries of what is ours. You know, just like we couldn't walk into the Catholic Church and say, hey, I think we should have a little fire right here because that's our way. We need a fire. That's a sacred thing. That would ruin the church, right?
Hi, I really
Hi.
like your music. It's great.
Very nice.
It's very soothing.
Good drums.
Yeah, good drummer.
So you know this area is sacred to the Wintu tribe?
It feels very sacred, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Wintu tribe.
Florence Jones, she's
Oh,
a
yeah.
shaman. She's one of the last native speakers of the Wintu. They never camped here at all. They came up here for ceremonies, and they've told us some of the things that they have a hard time with, and that's nudity, when people are nude here, which is often, I mean, totally nude, sunbathing. Because it offends, it's like their church, so like if you walked into their church nude.
The area means things, has a symbolism that it's difficult for me as a Westerner to really comprehend. But I think Julie's description of it as her church, if you think of wherever your church might be,
Which might
whatever
be
it's
here,
like.
right here, right.
Yeah.
But-
If somebody desecrated that,
But how would being nude be
Yeah,
desecrated?
nudity is no desecration.
to her, see, it is. But
Well, that's
Yeah.
the barriers that she
If a
has.
little
Yeah,
child
that's-
walks to the spring and takes some water,
That's not our blocks.
a
But-
child is innocent.
Well, their tradition is not to bring any children up here because they think the spring is too powerful.
Well, we definitely feel the sacredness of it. We want to treat it with that sacredness and live in that ceremonial way that the Native Americans did.
Now there are masses of populations that are coming through with no direction. I mean, there are so many churches, it's like going down a cereal aisle at the supermarket. It's like, what do you choose? What are you going to be? And, you know what, there's only one box to win to.